How do you think the fall of government in Syria is likely to have impact on the relationship of India and Israel vis-a-vis Syria, India, Israel, Syria? There are many countries in the world who have developed countries primarily who have really conserved their environment, especially in the form of urban forestry. Can you identify some of the best practices of the world about urban forestry conservation? And what are the initiatives you think that India can take in this direction of promoting urban forestry? And what is your personal opinion about allowing tourism in the forest area? It is essential responsibility of the government to ensure that every citizen of the country has got essential calorie requirement, nutritional requirement provided. The present government in this direction is making a step towards developing a storage. How do you think that such a large scale food grain storage is likely to have bearing on the requirement of food in India, A, and also the kind of changes you expect this will bring about in the production pattern of agriculture in India? India's healthcare system, particularly the primary healthcare system, has been under challenge for quite some time. In fact, India has fared fairly good when it comes to dealing with the pandemic of COVID 19. But at the same time, COVID 19 also exposed a lot of challenges that we have in the sector. Looking behind with the experience of COVID 19, I would like to hear out your views on the kind of challenges the primary healthcare of India is facing and what is the roadmap that we should build to ensure that the damages caused by such pandemic is minimum if uh, God forbid if at all they have to come back again. Terrorism and money laundering appear to be having a very strong nexus. In fact, a lot of those anti-national activities are fueled by the participants of money launderers. Money laundering activity per se is contributing those anti-national activities. What measures you recommend to check the or break the nexus between money laundering and terrorism, which may have had bearing on our system? Environmental problem actually has one serious problem that it is considered quite often as a common problem, not an individual problem. If you followed Chhattisgarh's recent development, a large number of people took pledge to conserve the environment. How can we actually make it happen that people start feeling environmental as a problem which is a personal problem instead of a problem of a country, a problem of the community, a problem of the globe? How we can really make people realize this, and how far the initiatives taken in Chhattisgarh is likely to add to the concerns of its personal realization. Nature has been very bountiful when it comes to biodiversity. India poses one of the biggest biodiversity for any country of our size. There has been a lot of negative impact of our human activities. Honorable Supreme Court has recently intervened and identified that Western Ghat is facing serious concerns. What is the issue which Supreme Court is trying to raise here as far as biodiversity and its conservation is concerned in the Western Ghat? And what, in your opinion, you can suggest that if you were posted as district magistrate in one of those districts which fall primarily in Western Ghat, what measures you would have taken? There's a lot of changes happening in blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies. I would like you to identify the recently introduced legal framework with respect to regulation of the cryptocurrency. What are the effects they are likely to have on the future of cryptocurrency per se? Security on the border requires infrastructure, and we definitely are very keen on protecting our borders by boosting our infrastructure. What are the recent initiatives that has been made in boosting infrastructure in the border areas of India? How the emergence of IPEF is likely to affect the dominance of China in the region? Do you think that this is going to yield some result in near future? The database globally has been growing rapidly. With more and more data available at our disposal, how do you think that SDG goals can be made more effective and precise?